Where did you meet Nikki?
Fendi. Fendi.
Shout out to Fendi.
Yeah. Gucci had a show. Fendi had got Gucci for a show. And everybody knew I wanted a female. I wanted a female, right? I just had to have a female. And I'll never forget, Fendi, I'm coming into his store down there in North Carolina. He said, I got the perfect female for you. And I said, Fendi, get the hell out of here. And like, I wasn't trying to hear. He said, damn, listen to this. And I said, get out of here. I ain't trying to hear this shit. Because, I just could not find no female, nobody. Right. He said, listen to this. I didn't even get down the street good. And I heard that little bitty voice. And I said, yo, who is this? And anyway, it didn't happen then.
Right.
One of my security happened to be married to her cousin. Huh. So she was in North Carolina. She got stuck in North Carolina. He stuck her there in North Carolina, her in Safari. And she didn't have no money. They didn't have nothing. And I was on the phone with him, so I was talking to her. And I said, well, you want to come to Georgia? Like, I'm sent for you to come here. And I got her, paid for a ticket for her to come to Georgia. So when we was talking, and she's like, yo, I want a female to help me, and coming out and doing stuff. And I said, listen, the only way I help you is you have to come here. I can't help you in New York. I'm not coming in New York. You know what I'm saying? I'm here in Georgia. I can help you here.
So you went back to Georgia.
So wait.
I'm trying to keep track
I
of the
was
story.
in Georgia.
Right.
And Gucci was doing a show. I just told you. He was doing a show.
Right,
Okay,
but you took Gucci up
to New
here.
York.
I brought him up here,
Right.
but I brought her down there.
Yeah, but when did you
see
go?
the difference though? You see the
I lived
contrast?
there. I already lived there. When I brought him up here, I lived in Georgia already.
All right,
No.
so was part of your method to just get them away from all the bullshit that they was
The
dealing
moment
with?
they
No.
grew up in.
No, it wasn't.
That's just how it worked out.
It just how it worked out.
No.
But no, it wasn't. It was that with him, I couldn't help him in Georgia. He had too many enemies. I couldn't help him there. I wasn't like totally straight. People knew me for the charity side of me down there, not street side. And I didn't want none of that to come up.
Right.
I had a history. I didn't want my shit coming up down there.
Right.
I didn't want to get into all of that bullshit.
You didn't want your past
But
following you.
right. But I knew I was safe here. I could come back here
Right.
and get shit done.
So by you getting shit done over here with Gucci in New York, it increased your power and everything back home. So now you have more of a foundation to stand on when you brought Nikki down there?
No, I know this sounds really crazy.
Yeah.
It just worked out like this. It really, God, it's so hard to
Just the
explain.
universe just...
It just
All right,
worked
so,
out.
so take us through the steps. All right, Gucci gets off the plane. He's here. What are you doing with him?
You said you worked.
Yeah. With the farmers, he had to learn. Take him through Brooklyn, take him through Queens, take him through Manhattan. He had to learn. He had to learn New York. Joe had the store up there. He was down there at the store. You understand what I'm saying? So he learned where we came from. So he started talking, because for a minute there, people thought Gucci was from New York.
He got the New York swag.
He got the New York swag. They thought he was from here.
Yeah.
Right.
And they really thought he was like, even to this day, people really think he's my nephew. Like, I still get along with his family. I'm still in contact with them. I still go down there to see. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and they still call me.
Right.
Like, it's still like that to this day.
Right.
So people literally thought that he was really related to us. They didn't know that it was just like that. So it all worked out.
You
So
brought
you
it
got
through
the
New
swag
York.
up here.
Yeah.
What was the process after that? What were you guys doing?
And trying to get him a deal and trying to get things to happen of what he wanted done, they wouldn't touch him. So, okay, so now let's go back to that then, since you want to go there. That's a good one then.
Okay.
Asylum, you remember Asylum?
Yes.
Okay,
Shout out to Beasley.
okay. Well, Todd was getting ready, it was getting ready to go under, fold under.
Tom Moskowitz.
Todd Moskowitz. All that was about to go.
Right.
He said, Deb, don't take it there. Let it come through us, because Craig didn't want that. He didn't want to deal with it. He couldn't deal with it because, one, T.I. was there.
Atlantic.
And at that time, in Atlanta, he couldn't touch it. It was a whole bunch of little shit. I'm going to go into all that bullshit, okay? But it was a whole bunch of shit.
Right.
That's when I told you, when I talked to Teddy, I went to Jimmy Henchman.
And then
I
Jimmy-
need you to back me.
Right.
And Jimmy Henchman is who came in. So he was signed to Czar. He went to Czar, but still was so icy. Do you understand? But Todd said, let me do the deal. I need the deal. At that time, because they was getting ready to shut the whole label down.
Right.
The Asylum label's gonna go down. If I didn't bring all of this over there, they would not have been there. So I said, bet, because now I get to experiment and do what I want to do. And that was in the mixtape part of things. It was no mixtapes because we're doing original beats here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? 50 started out organized and allowed people to get deals off of those tapes that they was just putting out there. That's how people started getting those deals. The other side of the trap, which became Juice afterwards, with the other side of the trap, that's what opened the door for all these artists to be able to get deals off of those CDs the albums that they were doing.
Right.
But they was mixtapes, quote unquote, and some of them still don't know to this day. That's considered an album. If they sold it, that's an album for you. So even when you owe, I remember sitting in my living room with their amigos, and I'm telling them about that. They was telling me about what they did, and I said, if you sold those things, that's your album. Those are albums.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people didn't know. So they was pissed with me when I went to share that information with
You were
them.
telling the secret.
And I told. But they took that away from me. My dumb ass never, and here's another thing. This is to me. It's my dumb ass. I didn't lock this shit down. I was so busy working, I didn't think about anything else. I didn't have people around me that was really looking out for me to make sure, okay, we got her on this side. Okay? Except I did have Julie Knapp that my lawyer had me with, but she crossed me. That crossed me.
How?
Went and told all of them a whole bunch of shit when she was the one doing it. She was the one that handled all the money. She's the one that handled everything. She did it. But my lawyer gave her to me at that time. That's how I no longer had that lawyer anymore either. So there's a lot of shit that I went through. You know what I'm saying? But I was putting the right people in there, at least I thought I was. But I didn't really know the business. I knew how to hustle. I knew how to be a mother. I know how to feed you. I know how to make sure you're okay. But it was all the other shit that I really didn't know. I really wasn't no manager. Right. People made me out to be a manager. They gave me that name.
But you were learning on the job. You were learning as you went.
No, I was doing the job.
Same thing.
No, I was doing the job. Failure's not an option. I'm a mother first. Remember, I told you that everything I did, I associated with family. So I'm not going to lose with that.
Did you get any tips from this guy?
He was cool. He was there with me. He was there. Joe was there. That's why you'll hear Nikki talk about them. We made sure that it's the one thing that they made sure that they were okay. But stuff was just crazy. I had too much going on. It was just too much.
Okay, so
This is a little difficult.
It's not difficult. Just break it down.
Because there's a lot of things you can't talk about.
There's a lot of things I won't talk about.
Right.
Okay, and there's some things that's personal to the artist. I will not go through that.
because that's their story.
That's
to
their
tell.
story.
Right.
I'm not going to do that. Like, if I did something with you and you shared some shit with me, I don't give a fuck what they say about me. They know the truth. They know what time it is for real.
Right.
I ain't done nothing wrong to none. I ain't done nothing but love their asses too much.
Yeah, but Deb, I said before, every time I interview you, I say this to you. You are silent sometimes to your own detriment. You let people just invent these new narratives about you because
But they're
you
not going to
refuse
invent
speak.
new narratives. I'm telling you what's not there. I'm telling you already. I'm saying a lot. I'm not going to tell you all their business.
No,
I don't
not
have to do that to tell you what's not real.
No,
Yeah.
nothing on
I
their
don't have
part.
to do that.
Nothing on their part.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what's not. I'm telling you what this is and how this is. Okay, when he asked me what's the worst thing, telling me that I took from everybody. What the fuck did I take from you? What? What did I take from you?
My point is, I believe people do things like that because they depend on your silence. They depend on you, on knowing that you don't
'Cause they
speak
know-
and knowing that you're not going to defend yourself. It allows them the space to create these new stories because Deb ain't going to say nothing. Deb don't care. Deb validates herself. And these things they use to work against you. That's
Right.
that's what
But
I've
you know
been
what?
believing.
You know what? No, I say, yeah, they can do that. But through time, they're going to show you who you are.
Facts.
That's
Facts.
true.
You are.
That's true.
So it don't
100%.
matter.
But in the
It don't
meanwhile,
matter. It don't matter. Meanwhile,
right, you got to deal with the people who don't know what's what.
It don't even care. It don't even matter.
No, you see,
Because
and that's
can
why
say-
You know,
can say
you
that.
know what hurts me? Let me tell you another thing. Now, let's go back to this. Let me just stay in this and go to this. One of the things that hurt me, like, even when I see Nikki, right? The shit that hurts is that you disacknowledge Georgia. She doesn't put Georgia in none of her stuff. She doesn't put any of that stuff in it. People,
How long was she there?
I don't give a flying how long she was there. That's what she got her jump off at.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? If she was there for a goddamn day, you can't disacknowledge that. That whole part, when she did a whole story on her thing, she disacknowledged this stuff. You know what hurt me? Gucci couldn't stand her. He didn't like Nikki
Why?
because he couldn't fuck her. He didn't like her.
Right.
But for you to give these big ups to this shit that he did, that shit was crazy. He ain't do nothing for you. He ain't even like her. He had a fit when I had him getting her on a record. But I wanted all of them to work together like they all have, because we're a family.
Right.
So we all have to be together. It can't be any of these. He's very selfish. He's very much to himself. I don't even understand how he get to sign artists. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got to understand, an artist ain't never going to let another artist become bigger than them. I never like artists signing other artists because they're not going to let them become bigger than them.
Fact.
And you have to understand that. But you can't disacknowledge. Like when I sit there and I'll be looking at them, I'll be like, what the f? All of this stuff went on. All these things went on. You don't say anything. Like nothing. Georgia did a lot for you.
Right.
A lot.
See, Bimmy sat in that chair right there and was just this upset about the fact that Nikki didn't acknowledge you in her speech. He went in about that.
Yo, so many, I didn't see it. But, you know, like every time, like all the stuff, whatever's going on with her now, people will call me. Sometimes through my stuff, people will hit me. Some of her minions will hit me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Dad, why you not saying anything about Nikki going through da-da-da? Everybody, you know, people will always say that, right? And I don't always see this stuff because I don't live through social media.
Right.
So I don't always see all of the things that's going on. You know what I'm saying? But when people come to me and try to say negative, I'm not going to let you say shit negative about her. You know, I don't want you. You can't talk negative about her to me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not even upset. I don't never have to be near her. You understand? But I've always told all of them, if we never make it in this music, that's fine. But don't take you away from me. You understand what I'm saying? I always could get, listen to me. If I push the shopping cart up and down the goddamn street collecting cans and bottles or whatever, I'm going to get money. Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
This shit didn't make me.
Right.
It didn't make me. I've been getting money. And everything ain't always about that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It has nothing to do with that. It was the people. It was what I enjoyed. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed working with them.
Did you look at Nikki as your daughter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you didn't have one.
I did. I did. That was my baby. It's like anything she wanted, she got it. Anything. I wanted her. I remember her birthday. I got this little diamond. You know, I remember her furs. I wanted all them furs coming up in there. So every time she walked out there on BET, she was coming to something else long. She's so pretty, so tiny. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's just so tiny. And I love her. And nobody's going to take that away. I wouldn't give a fuck what anybody say or how they say something. You know, even to Fendi, to the stuff with us, it wasn't like a beef. It was a beef because we got into it because you wanted the cover to be called Fat. And I didn't want that. I'm not selling sex.
Wait,
I didn't want her to be. That's how that beef started with me and him.
Hold on. The cover, her album?
Her come up DVD. He had a come up DVD.
He wanted to be called
Fat. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then going like that. Well, I didn't like that.
Fendi, you a wild boy, son.
Yeah, that's how that started with me and him. And he took this shit to a whole nother level. I ain't even gonna go there with that shit. But he took this shit to a whole nother level. But the whole thing was, no, we not selling sex with her. I'm not gonna let you do this shit with her.
Right.
Like, I don't want her to be that. And she wasn't Kim. And everybody kept trying to make her be there. But it wasn't her. It was all the other people. They wanted another person like that.
Right.
No, she's going to be her own individual.
Right.
And she really didn't want that. She knew what she wanted. And I'm going to honestly say she knew what she wanted. So my job was to give her what she wanted.
Want it.
And I can't let people do that. And if it's me, then I take that hit. I don't give a